another video. Let's see what we get done this week. Last week we got this inner arch done, or to the point where I was happy with it. So we're going to move forward, get onto this sill, take the cover off, have a look, see what lurks beneath. I've had my hair chopped, so I'm looking really young. So yeah, let's get to it, boys. Crack on. First job, take this plastic sill cover off. Underneath the little plastic clips, there is rivets. So we'll drill the rivets out. Bit of a tip, when it comes to drilling these rivets out, put your drill on the slowest setting. Don't just have it on the fast setting and absolutely hammer it, because all it does is it heats the rivet up that much if it spins it, and then it melts the plastic and then puts a hole in your plastic sill or whatever it is you're trying to take out. Ask me how I know. So we've got the front one drilled out as well, and then what looks to be a 8mm little bolt in the bottom there to take out, and then this should come off. So it turns out that younger me put a nylon nut on this when I fitted these sills years ago. It's been very problematic. Can't even get a spanner in there. Pull it around there. That's it, we've just pulled her through. Hopefully this should just pull off. It will be taped, but I think these clips just come off, do they? Right, yes, it clips. I couldn't actually remember, but it clips in. Just not going to break it. There we go. Right, so yeah, these clips clip into this, but it's just pulled the tiger seal off the sill, which is fine. It's not broken any of the clips. Let's get this out of the way. So let's check this sill out. First impressions, it looks pretty good. I think the next thing, get this plastic clip off, clean it back, and we can have a proper look at it. My wife said to me today, she watched last week's video. After she finished watching it, she said, it's a lot of work, don't you think? Which, yeah, she's right, it is. It's a ton of work trying to get an old classic car back onto the road. Now, is it worth it? Financially, no. You're never going to get your money back on your hours that you've put in, but the reward, yeah, I think it is worth it. It's rewarding, isn't it? You're saving an old classic car from going to the scrappy. So yeah, I definitely think it is worth it. Clips are all off, side skirt covers off. So what we'll do now is, this has all been covered in wax oil, so we'll get the heat gun on there and we'll get this wiped off, and then we'll have a proper idea of what the sill's looking like underneath. Let's get to it. So far it's been pretty good, but this looks a bit crusty. Maybe it's, I don't know. That's a load of filler. Yeah, what lies beneath here? That is the question. Oh, we're through. Looks like dog poo. Smells like dog poo. Smell me dog poo. Should really not wheel it first, but it'll make a mess. So, needless to say, she had some rust in there, and then previous repairs where they've stuck a plate over the top for this outer arch. The metal seems good at this far end, so I think at this point onwards it's decent. Only concern I have is I think you have the outer sill, this inner section, and then I think this other outer section. I think it's 3 layers, and I'm not sure if this inner section, how rotten that is. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that, boys. Oh, it's like a rice pudding skin. Oh. Wow. This is what I feel almost like wax oil does. You put your wax oil on there, and then any moisture or anything in there just gets trapped, and then it just eats away. Look at this. Oh, that is going to be satisfying to repair this. So this is what I mean about the 3 skins, is this the underneath skin with a hole here, but then when you look here, then my finger don't go through, it just sits in that pocket. So you've got that skin, then you've got this inner arch skin, and then this outer arch skin, so it's 3 in total. So I'm not sure if I need to, I don't think I do actually. This, now I've cleaned it up a bit, doesn't look actually that bad, the inner skin. We'll give it a not wheel back and we'll see. You can see it's rotted away here. These are like supporting parts, so I think I just need to chop these back and make these up. Here doesn't seem as bad. So the reason for cutting higher up the sill is to give you more access to these, so that we can do a better job at repairing these. Yep, so that inner piece has come up all right. We've got that one little hole here, but it's actually all really solid. It's just where I burnt through with the file. But yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll have obviously a bit more cleaning up to do on it, and we've just got to make these inside pieces to go onto here and then weld back onto here. So we'll get on with that next. So any of you guys that saw the video where we had a look at my daily driver, the Astra, or as I like to call it, the Disastra, we had a look at that front wheel bearing, and I couldn't feel any play in it or anything. Well, I've got a little bit of footage here. I'll put that in the video now. Why they would choose to have the oil filter buried inside here, I do not know. So how stupid am I? All the time that I changed this rear wheel bearing, I forgot to press record on my phone. So I didn't record any of it. The only bit that I caught was when I lowered the car down on the jack and then tightened up the wheel bearing, because I then pressed record. I didn't realise how much I hadn't recorded. Yeah, so I did the full thing. I was showing you guys the old wheel bearing and the new one, comparing the two, and I didn't even record any of it. What an absolute idiot. Right, we sorted it. For any of you guys that saw a previous video where we thought it was the front wheel bearing that was knackered, well, it turns out I was wrong. I took it to the local garage and they put it up on their 2-post lift for me. The guy who owns it is spot on. And we spun all the wheels, and yeah, it turned out it was this this rear passenger side wheel, and I would have sworn that it was the front driver's side. So moral of the story is I don't know anything. But yeah, hopefully it's all sorted. It was a fairly easy job. So now that's out of the way, we'll crack back on with trying to get this repair done. These are the supporting pieces that we took out. I'm not so sure that we'll be able to make these. That one's easy enough, we can do that one. But yeah, this one, it's a bit more involved. But God loves a trier, so we'll try and make that. So the first thing I'm doing to tackle this repair is I've got some cardboard chopped out. It's basically replicating the shape of that. So I basically pushed some cardboard into that, drew around it, and then chopped it out so it mirrors this shape, and then which then left me that shape. So what we'll do now is we'll transfer that into steel and we'll get that chopped out, and then from that we'll try and bend it to replicate this piece. So we've got the basic shape sort of hammered out. So what we're going to do now is we'll make this more square on the top. We'll just trim it back a bit. We've got it trimmed back, and then what I want to do now is make this top plate. So 2 little cup parts basically to sit over there. So it's taking shape, innit? We've got the little the pair of sunglasses tacked in. We'll fully weld them up now. Right, we're all welded up. We'll just grind these welds back. Right, so yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll get it up into the car and we'll see what it looks like in the actual car, because I don't know if you can remember. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, so I don't know how well you guys can see, but yeah, basically this is where the existing piece came from. So that, annoyingly, is a little bit too short. So yeah, that's annoying, but not a major deal. I can just add a little strip of steel into here, grind it off, you'll never know. But so that goes like so, like this, and then this is where the support comes from, because it's sat onto this part of the sill, the inner sill. But then what we have is we have a little flap that comes off this and then goes round here, sits in here, and then spot welds onto there. So we need to make the little flap and we need a little bit of an extension putting onto that. Looking back at the piece that I took off, like, yeah, look, I did come up short anyway, so it's my own fault. It's because I moulded it on the inside of that, which obviously made it shorter. Damn it. We've got the bottom section welded in, so that's the bit that will plug weld onto that bottom part, and then now all we've got to do is, annoyingly, put a little extension on the top of it so it actually fits. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it, boys. It's all made, all welded up. I've ground that back a bit, and then that's it in place. Yeah, I'm real pleased how that's turned out. Obviously that's the existing, and it would have been a lot easier just to put, I don't know, any sort of shape in there or whatever. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it, to, I mean, this is going to be covered up, you're never going to see it, but I know, don't I? So we'll get some well-through primer on that, and we'll call it good. We've got the hole punch for putting the holes in this. I've had it quite a while, but I don't actually use it that often. I just find it easier to drill the holes in, but we'll sling some in this. We've got this cleaned back. I've welded up that little hole, put some well-through primer on here, and then there is just a slight bit of pitting in there, which I'm going to put some rust converter on, and also on them top bits up there. But I say it's not excessive, it's just a little bit of surface rust. Right boys, if you're still here watching this at this point, you must be enjoying it. So do us a favour, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and try and share the video, and see if we can get this channel growing a bit. Cheers guys, see you later. Like that boys, that's that bit done, and I think that's come out pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I say I'm normally quite self-critical of my own work, like, you know, I always think it could be better, but yeah, I think obviously it could be better, but yeah, I think that looks decent. Yeah, so with that we'll move on to the next part. So the next bit was that other supporting piece, which is up here, which is this piece here, which you can see it's totally rotted away. If you can't tell, this is actually the next day and I'm losing my voice, I've got a bit of a cold. We've got the part made up into steel, so all we have to do now is, we've got the bead roller out, so all we have to do is put that little shape into it here. There we go. That's that made. Let's get it welded in. And it's done. So that's that new piece in there. This section here. Yeah, looks good. I'm happy with that. So the next part we'll move on to is this the rear sill section. So it's a new day. Feeling a bit better today. My voice has come back a bit. We've had some deliveries. So first off, we've got some more gas for the MIG welder because we'd run out of gas. I've got a sill that's been delivered, come straight from Germany. Got delivered in 3 days, can't complain at that. We've got the underside piece that goes to that rear sill. I already had the other side. So we've got both sides of them now, which is good. And then also for the front part, I've got a new jacking point just because they'd all sold out and I saw one come up, so I thought, right, we'll get that as well. So we're good to go. And we've bought some more steel. So this is a 1mm sheet steel. There we go. So, and it's zinc plated, zinc covered. So if you leave it out in the garage, it's not going to rust, which is what I always get. A little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. I can't remember, I don't know if that was like 20 odd quid for that. I think it's a metre be half a metre sheet. Right, let's get to it. Let's get this sill sorted out. So we'll get this sill cut down to size. We know it's going to be this back quarter that we're going to use. So we'll get it chopped. We've got it chopped down, and that's what we've got up to now. So yeah, I like to sort of sneak up onto the repair rather than just to commit straight away, just so you don't give yourself any surprises. This front section's pretty close, so then now we're going to try and sneak up on it on this top half. Just take your time with it. I'd rather take my time and have it nice fitting than rush it and it be a mile off. I just noticed that there was a dent in the panel here where it must have got damaged in transport. Either that or it's from the mould when it's been pressed. So I've sort of hammered it out as best I can. I don't know if I've said this before, but I always find another good thing to do is when you're just we're gonna swap over to a flat disc. So when you're flat disking, it's not always easy to know how much material you've taken off. So what I like to do is when I'm looking at taking a really small amount off, is just put a pen mark on the edge of the panel, and then you know exactly how much you've taken, rather than just sort of guessing it, just because we're getting close with this now. Give you boys a bit of a closer look. So yeah, I think I'm happy with how this panel is sitting in here. Bear with me. Right, there we go. So we've got a nice even gap all the way around, ready to weld in. So that'll be the next job. We'll get her welded in. We've got this top half taped up, try and sort of protect this paintwork. And I say we'll just put some tacks on it now. I'm not going to film it, my battery's nearly dead, but we'll get a couple of tacks in and then I'll give you a look. We've got that sill tacked in, so now all we've got to do is get her welded up and ground back, and she should be good. We're fully welded up. We're not welding these the bottom part just because I'm not fully sure what's involved in repairing this bottom section here. So same as what I did on the other side. I'll not bother plug welding these. We'll leave these, but we'll get this ground back now and we'll see how it looks when it's all cleaned up. That's it, guys. It's welded in, sanded back, and yeah, I think that looks decent, acceptable. A little bit of filler work to do. First thing is I'm going to put it in some epoxy primer just to keep it protected. And like that, it's done. That's another week done. Thank you for everybody who's been watching and commenting and giving me the thumbs up. It's good motivation. If there's anything that you guys would like to see on the videos, drop me a comment, or if there's anything that I'm doing that's annoying, drop me a comment, or anything that I'm doing that's good, drop a comment. Just let me know, and hopefully then I can improve. I feel like my editing is getting better, and I keep plugging away at it and, you know, changing bits and just trying to improve it. So I feel like that is something that's getting better, but obviously the more I do, the better I'll get. So yeah, for this week that's it, but I'll be back again next Sunday, so until next Sunday, I'll see you later.